Setting up for a hip external rotation stretch, you're going to align your belly button with your thigh, and the goal is to feel this in that back pocket. So keeping a nice proud chest, you want to lean forward, taking your chest over that front side thigh. From here, we're going to use your hands as kickstands. We're moving around, trying to find your best stretch. You're going to hold this position from anywhere between 90 seconds to 2 minutes. In that time, you're going to be breathing. You're trying to intensify that stretch. Once the time has passed, you're going to begin your PAILs contraction. So you're taking your foot and you want to press it into the ground. You're going to start at 10% and slowly work your way up to about 80%. And you're going to hold it for about 5 seconds. By doing this, you're engaging all of that tissue that you've just spent time stretching, thereby sending neurological input to that area. After your 5-second contraction, now you're going to take that 80% and you're going to try to lift the foot off the ground. So here you should feel everything on the top side of the leg being engaged, therefore pulling yourself deeper into external rotation. You'll do this again for about 5 to 8 seconds. It shouldn't be easy. You should be working pretty hard here. And then once the time's passed, you're going to settle into your stretch, catch your breath. And then we're going to begin a ENG, which is an end neural grooving pattern. So I try to lift my foot as I pull my chest down. So I'm pretty much contracting everything on the front side of my body while lengthening everything on the bottom side. So I'll do 5 reps in one direction, then I change my angle and do the same thing. I lift my foot as I try to pull my chest down. So as you can see, my foot's not lifting because I'm already in end range. If I wasn't in end range, I'll be able to get my foot off the ground. Setting up for a 90-90 internal rotation passive stretch. I'm gonna slide that thigh back, and I wanna notice the space underneath that thigh. I wanna drop my butt cheek towards the floor and pull my front leg in to give me more access to that femur and allow me to get deeper into that internal rotation. So all I'm doing is taking the slack out of the joint. So right now I'm just moving in and out, just trying to find my spot, find my groove, so to speak. And now I've found or located my best internal rotation, and I'm going to hold this position. I use my hands to sit back. Again, just allows me to take the slack out the joint. I'm going to sit in this position for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, doing nice calm breathing in the nose, long out the mouth. I wind up my body. I'm trying to get really, really deep into this position. So I use that time to scan the stretch. I use that time to sink deeper into the stretch, to get deeper and deeper into the joint. Once the 2 minutes has passed, I'm going to begin my PAILs contraction, which is essentially just me taking my foot and pressing my foot into the ground. So I slowly ramp up the contraction. I start at 10%, 20%, 30%, working my way up all the way to 80 or whatever is prescribed for you in your program. Again, this shouldn't be easy. You should be putting a good amount of effort into it. We hold for about 8 seconds. And then immediately after that, you want to take that contraction and try your best to lift the foot off the ground. So you'll be feeling everything on the top side of that hip. You might even start to cramp. So you lift and hold for about 5 to 8 seconds. So all that stuff on the top of the hip is being engaged, and you are getting deeper and deeper into hip internal rotation. So once the contraction is done, catch your breath, settle into it, and move around again. Notice that change. And then from there, we'll do some passive range liftoffs. So holding that end range position, you're just going to lift the knee up and down. We'll do about 5 reps. Make sure that the pelvis or the lower back doesn't spill out as you're doing this. After about 5 reps, you're going to hold the last one, trying your best to squeeze out more external rotation, rotate the body to wind it up even more. And then you're going to put the knee down and go further into internal rotation. So you're lifting that back foot nice and slowly. Think of taking an exhale at the top. So in this position, I breathe in, I breathe out, and I try to squeeze out more. To make it easier, you just drop down to the elbow, because I really want you to focus on keeping a straight spine as you do this, because it's just going to allow you to get more of the hip involved and not overcompensate and use the spine stuff. While in 90-90 position focuses on that trail leg, we're going to do some external rotation lift-offs. We'll do anywhere from 5 to 10 reps, and then we're going to add some rotation. We lift and then we actually rotate. So I want you to notice my hand, my knee doesn't go past my hand there. So I want to make sure that I maintain extension on the way back. Then I always want to follow up any passive stretching and pails and rails with hip cars. This just allows me to click save on the work that I just did. So for your hip cars, we'll do 3 to 5 reps in each direction, nice and slowly, trying to touch all those spaces that you just worked on. Bending the knees makes it a little bit easier to control the pelvis and allow you to, again, isolate the hip a little bit better. But as you get better with this, challenge yourself by straightening the legs out.